Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So this week I'm going to be using the new Dusty Coral Self-Care Collection from kikki.K with a couple of little foiling details in it. So if you want to see how I made this week, then just keep watching. Alright, so we're going to go a little bit back to the future with this gorgeous pink collection from kikki.K. It's called Dusty Coral. I've done a walkthrough of all of these in the last couple of weeks, so you've definitely seen them. But I want to do something with the flipper that I haven't done for a very long time, and I'm not sure yet if it's going to work. And I'm also going to add in a little bit of something. So I'm grabbing the notepad first, and I'm grabbing this bit of paper here that says Perfectly Imperfect. And I'm going to put my footy details on here. Now I'm just having a think. I think this is just back to AFLW this week. I can't remember. Hold on, check the app. It's always the smart way to do it. Oh no, this is the big one. No, righto, that's fine. I'm a week ahead of myself. So I am going to need probably all this room. So I want to fold this over, and I'm a little nervous, if I'm being honest, about folding it because I want it to be perfect. So I'm grabbing my scoreboard, which I don't use that often on camera, and then I'm just grabbing my scoring tool. And I'm just going to line this up right in the middle and then just score straight down the line. Now I'm being very, very careful because this paper is pretty thin. I just want the score line down there. Keep our fingers crossed so I didn't mess that up. Could cut down the side as well if you wanted to, but we'll try scoring first. And then just lining the edge up. Okay, I definitely didn't need the score line. And I'm not quite straight, but let's see if we can fix this. That's not too bad. And plus it says Perfectly Imperfect, so you know, let's work on the fact that we're imperfect. So I kind of can't decide if I want to do a pocket, like use a vellum over the top and put some flowers on here with the foil quill, because there's very rose gold in here, so I'm sort of thinking that's where the inspiration's coming from. But then at the same time, I don't know if that's then a bit too much, if that makes any sense. And I really, I realise that the Perfectly Imperfect is there for a reason, but at the same time it's kind of bugging me that they're upside down. Alright, we're going to go with this being just a normal one for now. So I'm just going to fold this over and stick it together because I definitely want it to be just one bit. And I think what the easiest thing to do here will be putting boys footy on one side and girls footy on the other side, and that way I can keep them apart. Or maybe I put like Saturday and Sunday on one day and on the other, I don't know. That's bugging me and it's now stuck, so I can't do anything about it. So I'm just gonna leave it and embrace the Perfectly Imperfect. But I really want to play with some vellum here. Alright, I'm still going to play with some vellum. So I'm going to make it so instead of it being, I'm still going to have all the footy details on here, but I'm going to have like a bit of foiled vellum that I'm going to create myself, sort of sitting over the top of this. And I might just cut it off underneath it perfectly, just so it's something a little different. So I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to grab this bit of paper, and I'm also going to plug in my foil quill so it starts heating up. But secondly, I'm going to grab myself a bit of scrap paper, and I'm grabbing this stamp set. This is called Wildflowers, and it's from my favourite things. And I actually got it in it was like a gift with purchase kind of thing when I spent some money on all of the last lot of inks I got. But I think these patterns kind of match really pretty with the patterns from the kikki.K collection. So I'm just going to stamp that one. So we do the leaves, the two things are leaves, and then I'm also going to do this little roundy one. I don't know what it's called. And these are just going to be, I'm going to like trace over this with my foil quill. Because we're going through with vellum, that'll work really nicely. So let's grab those ones. I might not do all of these, I haven't decided yet, but better to stamp it out first and then decide not to use it. And because we are just using these as a guide, it doesn't really matter if I do a bad job of that. So I'm going to work out sort of roughly where I want the vellum to sit. So I'm going to use this bit of paper first, and we're going to use this one again afterwards. So I'm just going to kind of line this up roughly where I want it, and then I'm going to add in a couple of these other ones. So if I stick it down like that, and I'm just going to tack it down with a little bit of washi tape, then we're going to tack down the foil over the top. So I'm actually going to use my mat to tack this down more than anything else. And then we'll see if we can use that bit of washi I messed up. So I'm grabbing the rose gold, just hit the camera, sorry. The rose gold foil. This is the foil quill foil. You have to use the foil quill foil or it won't work. And you know what I've just realised? I'm thinking, oh, I can just do this onto vellum and it will be fine. And I can't see, can I? I'm really not that bright. Because I was thinking I'll just trace straight through it, but I don't think I can. Alright, I've just been sitting here trying to work out what I'm going to do. And what I think I'm going to try, and it may not work, but you know what? You guys like when I fail, so let's just see what happens. I'm going to try tracing this, and I don't know if it works, so we'll see. I'm just going to try tracing through the paper onto the foil. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's not supposed to be, but I'm pushing really hard here because it's the sort of outline is what I'm looking to get. It might work. It might work. So then I'm going to grab that bit of vellum, put it back down over the paper, which is more to protect my surface than anything else, and then grab that foil, the foil, and just tack that down. There's lots of tacking happening here. And then we'll just, yep, that's hot. So I'm just going to draw down here, and it doesn't have to be exactly right, but I'm just trying to use what I've already traced onto there as a, and if I go a little bit off, that's okay. Now, was there one on the bottom? Yes, there was. Alright. And then if I pick that up, okay, that's actually really cool. That's actually really, really cool. Alright, so is that perfect? No, it's not. Is it pretty damn close? Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do is do, whoops, the same thing here with this little leaf. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I might actually use little leaves. So rather than using the kikki.K paper to trace, I'm just going to use this leaf design. So I'm just working out where I want to put this next bit. So we'll do the same thing. I'm just holding this down this time. I've still got some tape over this side, but as a whole, it's a bit looser. Oops, that one's not so great. And then I'm going to do another one of those exact same ones. So again, I'm just going to trace it on here and then transfer it over. So I'm going to do this a couple of times. I'm going to do this with a couple of these leaves, and then I'm going to stamp out a couple of these little singular ones as well and copy them, and we'll see how this little bit of vellum turns out. So I like it just like that, and I want it to be sitting sort of on that kind of angle. So I'm just going to tack that down with a bit of washi so that I can cut around it. So I'm just going to tack that down like I said, grab my trimmer in, and just use the trimmer to cut the vellum. And if I accidentally, you know, make my little folded mess straight, well, that's okay. Oh, look at that, I fixed it. as a bit of an overlay. Nothing else, it's just there for decoration, but it just looks really pretty. And I think I might put all the footy details on the back now, just so that that stays as it is. So I'm going to punch holes in these together. So just while I'm doing the next bit, I'm just going to tack that on there again. Isn't that just really pretty, more than anything else? Oh, I love that on the vellum. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. Alright, we're going to grab that first bit of paper that we were going to trace, and then using my trimmer, I'm going to cut a couple of strips of this, because this is going to go on the top and the bottom of all of our, kind of like our washi tape strips. So I'm just cutting them a little bit wider than I think I need, and then I can cut off the excess afterwards. So I'm going to need 4. Grabbing our planner pages. Also just going to unplug my foil quill because I don't think I need it anymore, but better not to have it sitting off the side burning something. So we'll stick these down just across where the washi would normally go. It doesn't matter if they fit together or not, that's kind of not the point. It's just there to kind of add some colour, and I like the slight little shadow or outline of the plants on there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them down, cut off the excess, and I'll be right back. We've done absolutely nothing considering how long it's taken me to do this. So we need to move a little bit faster. That's going to bug the crap out of me, so I need to fix it up afterwards. Alright, so this is going to sit just here, and then we're going to put the holes in it so it flips. I'm still deciding if I want to have that as a pocket. I don't know. Righto. Mr. Ryan has spoken. The only thing I'm going to do to this that I wasn't originally was I'm just going to round the corners off, and I'm going to turn this into a proper tab. So I'm going to do that first. Again, because it's stuck together, that'll make life a little bit easier. I'm just using my tab punch board for this. There we go, so that's then one piece. And then just put the corner rounder on for this side. And just as one last, well, not last, but one extra little thing I'm going to do. Take the washi off here. Just going to round the top of these as well, just so that they kind of match in with everything else. Something that never works when I do acetate, but in acetate vellum. Okay. Thankfully I've become very good at doing corners. Alright, I've now got a mess, but that's alright. Let's get some stickers on this bad boy. Now I'm not going to cover up any of the days of the week. I want them to stay out. It's been a while since I've done that. So the rest of it's just going to be with stickers and bits out of the Paper Lovers book. So I want to put a quote down here. Just need to move the little bits and pieces off to the side. So I need to find some other colours, because we can't just use just the pink in here. We've got to use something else. So I'm just going to have this sitting just on that line there. I can get it to sit straight. I don't know why I flip it around like that. It sometimes works. It's right up against the corner, but that's alright. So it takes up a little bit of my Sunday, but I've got the day off on Sunday anyway, so it's not a bad thing. I'm actually going to use this little, it's supposed to be washi strip. I'm just going to sort of, where's my ruler? How big is this? This is 6.5, so I'm just going to measure 6.5 here, because I just want it to go along the top. Just mark that. So on the top there, I'm actually going to the ICC World Cup on Sunday, the final. Don't know who's playing in it yet, but I'm very excited. So I'm just going to turn this into a little flag. It just kind of adds, it it takes away from that gap, because that gap was going to bug me. And then we'll put in, what colour am I going to use? I don't want to use black because it's a little, I think that'll be a little bit too much. I'm just going to use my dark grey. Actually, I don't know if that's dark grey or if that's my, yeah, it is my grey. And I'm just going to write ICC World Cup on here. Now we need to pull in some stickers and make this look a little bit nicer. So I want to add a little bit more of the mustard in here because it needs to, when you flip that, it's obviously going to be such a big part of it. So I've got to make sure I've got mustard on the other side. So I'm just going to grab a couple, just one of those mustard ones. I was kind of looking for something that didn't have the gold foil on it, but just because I don't want to have all foil, maybe you'll bring in some brown as well because I don't have any of that. I did want that to be sort of not straight, but I also didn't want it to go over the holes. And then we'll bring, I want the brown over here, but I don't really know where to put it. No, because then I can't write there. And I just want to put in one of these little ones out of the sticker book. This one does have the rose gold to it, so it's a little different. It just brings that sort of tan colour in over this side. I'm just going to grab this little label and I'm going to cut it. It's always the hardest part. I'm going to cut it into a little flag so I can put my Happy Mail like on top of that. The only thing is I really want it to be straight. I have a feeling this isn't going to work, but we'll give it a go anyway. So I'm just going to line this up with the markings on my trimmer, and then hopefully I didn't push down too hard and I can get this up. I've kind of made a little bit of a mess of it, but not too much. A little bit of white out so you can't see it. And then I'm just going to write Happy Mail on there as well, and I don't have as much coming this week, so it's sort of a bit easy to keep the list smaller. I might just leave it and then I can just write them in there. You can just write them in there. Okay, so we do have this gorgeous thing which sort of makes this feel like I haven't just stuck down paper and stickers. This needs something over here. Okay, this one's screaming out at me right now. And I think it's because it's kind of the way I feel. So you guys may have noticed I'm not feeling the best at the moment. And I'm trying to push through because I don't want to let anyone down. But I really like this quote's actually yelling at me right now. It just says, accept that you can't be everything to everyone. Which is very hard for me to do. And I'm just pulling that out. And I know I've already got a quote. I just need to get rid of all the fuzzies. I'm not going to throw this sticker away, I'm just going to pull it up. So I'm just going to get rid of all the fuzzies. I'm doing it with the trimmer because I want it to stay straight if I can. So Thursday's my day off, so I don't need to have as much there, but I'm going to have this as a flip up. And whether I put things I need to do or anything on there, I don't know. This is Kmart washi tape, it's rose gold, and I want to do something a bit different. I want to tear this to start with, but this is something that I see, and you guys know I really like her, Planning with Janny. She adds this little bit of something to her tape by scrunching it up and then pulling it out. And it just makes this look a little more worn and a little bit more something. Now, obviously it also goes with the whole embrace the imperfection kind of thing, which I'm doing here anyway. Okay. So I'm going to have this stuck on here like this, and it's just going to flip up. And so it just adds a little bit of something there with that sort of crinkling on that washi. And it'll just go up like that. Really easy. Alright, last couple of little bits. I need to put a few day off kind of ones. Just looking at this treated myself, self-care day. I'm just seeing what these say. You're the best, you're enough, you're amazing. Yeah. I might just write them. I haven't done that for a long time. So I'm just going to put day off on Thursday and then day off on Sunday. Need to put the footy details in, I know. I also need to cover that mess up here because it's just going to drive me up the wall. It's not a mess, it's just a bit of something. And then I'm also going to grab one of these, a couple of these ones here. I really want to use these. No, I do, but I don't have anywhere to put them. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go ahead and write the footy details on the other side because they definitely need to go in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, there's a heck of a lot of footy going on next week. And just to add just a couple of little bits in here because it's just not quite, it just needs a little bit in that gap in the middle. I left the gap there because of the kikki.K logo there. I didn't want to have that in the way. Oh, can I use this? Is this going to be, hold on. Let's see if I can rescue this one. Rescue that. Let's see if I can get this one, this grassy thing in here. Oh. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. And that actually looks really cool there. Oh, I knew I did it for a reason. So I'm going to leave this side blank, and whether or not during the week I write notes to myself or a to-do or whatever, but I just like the way that rose gold fits on the top. And then I've obviously got this little bit here that'll flip up. Can put some notes under there. It is very, very plain. It is very understated. I will admit I'm not in love with this, but I also don't hate it, and I really do like just the little bits of foil that kind of add a little bit to this. I think that's really cool. I do, and I love the way I love the fact that that foil and that foil basically match. Like there's no color difference there whatsoever. So that's just clever, more than anything else. So let me know what you think. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like this one. Is it too plain? Is it not plain enough? Do you want to see me use more of this collection? Because it's definitely very pretty. I think maybe I'm just not right in the right headspace for this at the moment, which is ironic considering, you know, it's a self-care kind of kit and I need to do that. So leave it down below. Let me know what you think. You can also find me on any of my socials. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic week, whatever you're doing, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!